Hey, how you doing? Remember that movie, Invaders from Mars, where that kid's looking out his bedroom window, sees a spaceship land on the hill out behind his house, burrows into the ground, abducts his mom and dad, does all this terrible stuff to everybody, freaks him and everybody else out, right? Kid wakes up, realizes it was a dream. Ah, great. Goes over to close his window, sees a spaceship coming down, burrows into the ground. Remember that movie? Freaked me out when I was a kid. Check this thing out. I saw this on infrared, and I looked out around the camera because I thought first off right away it was a helicopter, but then I realized it wasn't. I couldn't see it. Turned the camera on, and then it did this. And you can still see those two orb-looking things on the right-hand side. And when it completely folded up like that, I picked up the tripod and the camera, moved them over a couple of feet, and zeroed back into where I thought it would be, and could hardly believe it was this bright again. I mean, it went from invisible to being able to be seen completely without a flat top on it. On the right hand side, you can still see those two orb-like detachments. I don't know if they're attached or not. I know right where this thing's going, and I got a pretty good idea anyway. But I mean, you know what ground penetrating radar is. You know, the science behind that, if you reverse it and put that onto a material or an object, and you reduce the mass of that object, you could pass right through other material objects, theoretically speaking, of course, anyway. And I lost track of it there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not an airplane. Certainly not a satellite. And I doubt that it's a helicopter. I managed to take 3 photographs of this thing when I first saw it. This is one of them. And what I find interesting is this thing doesn't look anything like the object does in infrared. I can see perhaps a couple of these orbs that were off to the right hand side, but they're in a different position. And it's kind of got a top to it, whereas when I was looking at it, all it had lit up was the bottom. So these photographs to me were very perplexing because they didn't look anything like it did on infrared. So I had to start thinking about it a little bit. Why, or how could that be? And I'm thinking that the material that it's made out of is being energized by whatever the source is on the inside. Okay, in other words, the skin or the fabric, like a cuttlefish, on the outside is changing colors and picking up details of the background and broadcasting them onto the surface of it, and it can change into anything that it wants. Well, this might be the same, only a little bit different in that this plasma, apparently, whatever this is on the outside, or this material, is being energized by whatever's on the inside of this thing. And, like I said, if you mass reduce it, whatever the object is, you could pass right through a wall, for instance, just like ground penetrating radar does. So I think what this is a stealth coding that the camera is picking up on, and it is keeping whatever is going on the inside from being seen. Now, this right here is an overly enhanced, intentionally, of course, screen grab of that from infrared. And you see all these artifacts here in the background from the digits or whatever you call them freaking things, okay? But you can see this object here is not completely lit up, so you know it's not an aircraft running light. This one's partly lit up. Same thing with it. These are not running lights. These are objects of some kind. And I don't know if they're contained in this area right here and they can be seen for some reason through this material that the camera was picking up on that covers the entire outside of it. This could be made out of a different material. But in these artifacts and striations that appear on the light right here, I also see a cube. Basically, there is a square form inside here, and I think there's something to that because I have seen that in other images from objects that I've had flying by. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks for stopping by and having a look. I hope you like, share, and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. And take care out there no matter what you're doing. And hope we get to do this again sometime. Thanks. Appreciate it.